Welcome back to Worth Coin, where we uncover the hidden stories behind the coins in your pocket. Today, we're diving into the top 3 most valuable U.S. coins, not just their prices, but the fascinating history that makes them so rare. First up, the 1963 D United States 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln Memorial Cent, holds a special place in American numismatic history. This coin was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small D mint mark, located just below the date on the obverse side. The obverse features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has been in use since 1909 to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday, replacing the original wheat ears reverse used from 1909 to 1958. The reverse was designed by Frank Gasparro and was used through 2008, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Bicentennial and then the Union Shield design. The 1963 D Lincoln Cent was struck in copper, composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and a mass of 3.11 grams. It was produced in extremely large numbers. Over 1.7 billion coins were struck at the Denver Mint alone in 1963, making it a very common coin even today. Because of its high mintage and wide circulation, most 1963 D cents hold little numismatic premium in circulated condition. In fact, a circulated example typically has a value of just 1 cent to a few cents, depending on condition. However, uncirculated coins, especially those in brilliant red condition and graded MS 65 or higher by a professional grading service, can be worth a few dollars. Exceptional examples with full luster, clean surfaces, and strong strikes may bring in even higher prices among collectors. Although not considered a rare or valuable coin under normal circumstances, certain error coins from this year can attract attention and value. These include examples with die cracks, off-center strikes, double dies, or repunched mint marks, RPM. A genuine 1963 D RPM variety in mint state condition could sell for around $10 to $50, depending on the severity and clarity of the repunched mint mark. Always ensure any errors are authenticated, as the coin market places a premium on verified anomalies. Historically, the 1963 D cent also represents a time of transition in American coinage. It was one of the last years before the Coinage Act of 1965, which would soon change the composition of silver coins and set the stage for future changes in U.S. coinage. While the cent remained copper until 1982, changes in metal prices and minting practices were already under discussion. Thus, the 1963 D cent reflects a time when the U.S. Mint was still producing high mintage, high copper coins, before economic and political shifts would begin reshaping American currency. Next up, the 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Quarter, officially known as the Washington Quarter Bicentennial Issue, was minted to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the founding of the United States. Unlike typical quarters, which feature only the date of issue, the Bicentennial Quarter is dual-dated 1776 to 1976 to mark the U.S. Bicentennial. It was struck by the U.S. Mint in 1975 and 1976, but all coins bear the dual date. The obverse, front, of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan in 1932, but the reverse was specially redesigned for the bicentennial celebration. The winning design, selected from a national competition, was created by Jack L. Ahri. It features a colonial drummer facing left, a torch of victory encircled by 13 stars to the left, and the words United States of America, a pluribus unum, and $quarter. The design reflects themes of patriotism and the spirit of 1776. These quarters were struck in two major compositions: the standard copper-nickel clad used in everyday circulation, and a special 40% silver-clad version made for collectors. The copper-nickel-clad quarters were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and are marked with no mint mark or a D mint mark, respectively. The 40% silver versions were struck at the San Francisco Mint with an S mint mark, and were sold in special proof and uncirculated sets directly to collectors. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 809 million coins. The Denver Mint struck over 860 million, and the San Francisco Mint produced millions more in both proof and uncirculated formats. Next up, the 2000p Sacagawea $1 coin, often referred to as the Golden Dollar, marks a significant milestone in U.S. coinage, both historically and artistically. It was the first year of issue for the Sacagawea Dollar, which was introduced to replace the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar. The obverse, front of the coin, features a portrait of Sacagawea, the young Lemhi Shoshone woman who played a vital role as a guide and interpreter during the Lewis and Clark expedition in the early 1800s. Designed by artist Glenna Goodacre, the obverse shows Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste Charbonneau, on her back. The reverse, back, of the 2000 issue, designed by Thomas D. Rogers Sr., features a soaring bald eagle encircled by 17 stars, symbolizing the number of states in the Union at the time of the Lewis and Clark journey. The coin was struck in a unique golden color, achieved using a clad composition of manganese brass, a core of pure copper, with outer layers of manganese, zinc, and nickel, though it contains no actual gold. The 2000p Sacagawea dollar was minted in Philadelphia and bears the P mint mark. That year, over 767 million coins were produced at the Philadelphia Mint alone, making it an extremely high mintage coin. It was also struck at the Denver Mint, marked with a D, and the San Francisco Mint for special proof versions, marked with an S. Due to the massive production numbers and its relatively recent age, most 2000p Sacagawea dollars are only worth face value if circulated. In uncirculated condition, especially in mint state grades of MS 65 or higher, they can be worth between $2 to $5, with higher prices for exceptionally well-struck coins with clean surfaces. However, what makes the 2000p Sacagawea dollar particularly interesting is a highly valuable and rare error known as the 2000p Cheerios dollar. In early 2000, the U.S. Mint partnered with General Mills to promote the new dollar coin. About 5,500 Sacagawea dollars were included in specially marked boxes of Cheerios cereal. At the time, these coins were thought to be standard 2000p issues, but collectors later discovered a subtle difference. The eagle on the reverse of the Cheerios coin has enhanced tail feather details not seen on regular issues. These are now known as pattern reverse or Cheerios dollars, and due to their rarity and connection to this promotional event, they can sell for $3,000 to $7,000 or more, especially in high grades or certified condition. Only a few hundred are believed to exist in collectible condition, making them highly desirable. There are also other varieties and minting anomalies that can affect value, such as double dies, struck-through errors, and off-center strikes, but these are far less common. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, especially those with deep cameo contrast, are also valued by collectors and typically sell for $5 to $15, depending on condition and packaging.